Alright, so we just bought a white CX6. We picked it up off Warren. So he's done a transmission swap because apparently the transmission wasn't working very well. I've been having a look over it this morning. So far, I don't know if this one's starting yet. So far there's been a few problems. Looks like it's ECU related. When we try and start it from the dash, it won't actually start from the ignition position. But if we leave it on, and use it, what I think's hooked into the relay to force the starter to go, it'll start the motor. But we tend to think that's ECU related, so we'll see how we go with that. I'm just thinking of all the things I have to think about, so I thought I'd make a video for someone who's thinking about buying an Adventra, and these are the things you have to think about when you're going to get one to roadworthy. So, oh, there you go. See how they're kind of sagging a bit? Is that right? So that'll need replacing. Plus, if you look from this angle here, they're kind of bent too. So, other things that roadworthy is going to pick on, the seat belts, which is going to be a major thing. It's very common. These seat belts are kind of, this one may need replacing. It. Back seats. I mean, that's probably not a roadworthy item there, but we'll just glue that back on with something. They'll generally lock all your seat belts into position so they can see that that in the photos that they're slack like that. So as long as all your seat belts are retracting properly, that's fine. You need to have all your headrests. You can't have a vehicle without headrests. So if you don't have any headrests or you're missing one, you need to get one. Part of the crash accident safety thing. I actually don't think this is a roadworthy item. So this is broken. This is a common thing in a lot of on the way home when we picked it up on Friday while I was driving, and he tried to adjust this and it just fell off. So where is the knob? It's down there. So bonnet doesn't open for whatever reason. We have to push on the bonnet and pull on the cable before it opens. It's a bit tight or something, so that's another issue to look at. I have to make sure that opens properly, otherwise people won't be happy about that. Paint and all that. Don't know if you need a fuel cap, a fuel cover to pass roadworthy, but I mean they're easy to get, so we'll just get one. Not worried about that. I've looked at this before. This they'll need. I don't know if that needs to be. I don't know if that's part of roadworthy because it's not a.
Does that hold up?
It doesn't hold up, no. But I'll just get that change anyway.
But things like this are need to be roadworthy. Like you can't.
I need to get a cap for this. Just get a new wiper for the back. It does work. I hope it stays working until the roadworthy. Hope the wiper stays working until the roadworthy, because it's factory and it's got one, it needs to work. Tailgate struts seem okay. Holding it up, even a bit of push down's not. Even if I push it down a little bit, it's still going back up, so it's not too bad. Back looks reasonable. That's what you get for a 15-year-old car, really. Like even that's going back up, so. This side looks pretty good. Not too bad. Door seems to open and close alright. That front door seems to open and close a bit weird, but
it's because it's bent.
Right. What do you mean it was bent?
It's bent.
That's bent down the bottom.
Where?
Come around here.
Bottom corner's bent.
Show me.
It should be straightened.
Like, I probably should have looked at this a bit more before I picked it up. But I didn't even notice that. How do we not notice it? Stuff.
I noticed that.
Oh, you did?
I assumed you had.
No, I didn't.
But that's a pair of pliers will straighten that out.
ECU, like I said, if the ECU does need to be done, I'm being told 400 for that, 400 to 500. Guy in Kilsyth that will do it. Windscreen's another 200.
What about the headlights?
Yeah, the headlights too. I did say that, didn't I?
You did.
Headlights, they've got the yellow stuff on them, so it has to be clear. They have to be very clear.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, so a lot of people have got a lot of opinions about it. Some sandpaper and some tricks, water and sandpaper. So I might try and clear them myself. If I'm unsuccessful on it, well then I'll just have to borrow some headlights off another vehicle and place them in them permanently for roadworthy. Tyres are gone. I'm just wondering if the oversized tyres that we have at the back, the all-terrain, we can just bolt them straight on and it'll be fine. I just think they might be oversized for roadworthy, that's all. I'll have to have a look at the rules. I think it's
Things like aerials or anything?
20 millimeters or something for roadworthy. I don't think aerial matters. We can just rip that completely out.
Put a little fin.
No, that's ugly. Don't do that. It's an Australian car, not a European car. So I don't know. We got a weird knocking noise coming from the front. The noise you thought was a bearing isn't. I drove it. It's not a bearing noise.
Brakes?
Something else going on in this corner of the car here. It sounds like it's definitely not bearing. Because I actually said to Warren, I think, because you told me you got out and you said it definitely had a bearing issue.
I thought it had.
Yeah, but
it was very grindy.
Yeah, but it's not. I got in it and I drove it, and trust me, I know if it's a bearing. That is not a bearing. That's something else going on there. So I'll have to have a look. Now he said to me the underneath is pretty good, so I'll look at that when we get it up. I'm not gonna do it today. I just wanted to have an idea what we're dealing with.
I think for the most part though, mechanically it seems okay.
You don't know, the gearbox seems really tight. I drove around for a little bit, let it warm up to running temperature. It actually, the gearbox sounds like it's so good in this that one's about to die. So I don't know now. Popping up an ESP issue before, I couldn't get it clear. ESP wasn't triggering, which means cross track probably won't work. I'm not sure what the story with that is just yet. See how it starts this time? See, before, if you leave it for like a few hours, or it might even be after you've locked it. I don't know, you've kicked the mobiliser on. Wait a minute. There's no security lock. Start again. So no, it's just something that after a while it just won't start without you tricking it. So
he also did say he has seen instances where that just disappears after a while too.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
In cars that have been sitting for a while.
I've a lot of people on the group currently saying it doesn't go. Max total down. Hey guys, it is 10%. For you guys that didn't know, there is actually a sticker there. It is actually 10%. There's a lot of argument in the group. Or was it? I don't know if it was the Adventure group, but it was another group that said, no, it's a 1600 kilo capacity, but the downbore weight wasn't 10%. It's something like 110 or 100 kilos or 80 kilos. But no, it is 10% because 160 and its download weight's 160 on that. So that's from Holden, I think. Aircon's good. Not a roadworthy item, but it's good to know that works.
Yeah,
running wise, I think this car will be good. Getting it roadworthy is going to be a pain in the ass, but that comes down to who you know. So we'll just fix up the main obvious things. Doesn't leak oil. It needs changing, but it's just,
oh, that's all right.
It's just burnt. Like, it just needs changing, really. PCV.
Yeah, well, you give this thing a full
pull out PCV. Throttle body. Clean it all out. Get a new battery, probably. I don't know. I mean, it says it's still good, so you probably just leave that until after roadworthy. Are you going to take this off as well? No, I'll leave all this because it hides it more.
Check out the.
So what I'll do is I'll actually clean all this up. We'll clean all this up, leave all the plastics on because the plastics will make it look more cleaner.
Will you eventually take them off though?
Yeah, they'll all come off in the end because it's just easy to see if something's going wrong. I should have got an ABS unit while I was there.
Oh, for yours?
So, yep. As long as we can sort out the ECU issues, the rest we should be able to sort out on our own.
Want me to help you, Mia?
These are supposed to be very similar, but the motor's different. He did say that, so.
Quite the motor's different between this one and this one.
Yeah. Well, I know the inlets.
But yours, you got a black top. That one's silver.
And I'm pretty sure the silver ones were the earlier ones. So your motor's actually older than mine. It's done less Ks.
No.
I don't know. I was gonna try and get it to trigger the cross track to see if the cross track works properly, but brakes. I'll have to check the brakes, millimeter depth, blah blah blah. I don't want to have to replace them for the roadworthy, but I will if we have to. I mean, it'd be a good way to compare brakes on a car with this age versus brakes that have just been redone on tracks too, on similar height. So.
Well, I think at the start we want to take this out for a bit of stock standard
Take
action.
it down to the Alpine Rangers. We've got lift in it with just wheels. So we'll get the lift in it.
But you wanted to take it out stock though a couple of times first.
Yeah, I do want to take it out of stock a couple of times, just so we can bend another bracket underneath. Yeah. Hey, are we gonna do the rebar delete on this? Like on this.
I would say so. There's no reason not to. Like, so this is the modified.
Don't take it off.
This
You're
is
gonna take it off
this is our
anyway.
modified rear bar. As you can see, it's been trimmed
What about your exhaust? Are you gonna do the exhaust delete too?
down the side here, and this one is the stock standard rear bar. I think it still has the metal brackets and everything. Probably should do both the same mods on the rear. But what I think we should do at the start is, but when we go off-road, at least take the rear bar off so we don't destroy those steel plates.
That video, everyone loves watching videos shit getting destroyed. Make videos.
Not those metal plates though.
Why not?
Doesn't it make the Addy group cry?
Oh well, content. I'll make sure to take you somewhere we can watch the whole thing bend and flex out.
We already did that. I remember. No. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, but we'll do it on 240 frames in slow mo.
I think that was me driving then too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And you literally watch the steel plates flex out and bend.
Aluminium ones, yeah.
Oh yeah, aluminium.
Good, it starts again because it just wouldn't start this morning. It wouldn't start yesterday morning. Like I nearly drove it home on Friday. That was it. We left it.
Not sure.
And then oil change to make sure we don't start an issue with pressure and then get chain problems and stuff like that. I'll leave this here because we might, if we get some time, we might do the PCB today. I just want to have an idea so I can hit the group up, get some parts going. And hopefully try and get it on the road by March.
Closing thoughts?
Oh, this?
Worth it or not?
Goodbye. If the mechanical ends hold up, like I said, to one of the most important things mechanically. Engine, diffs, and gearbox, all that running gear is good.
Cosmetic things don't really matter.
Exterior, well, exterior is just going to become an issue. Like, when I say exterior, I mean like windows and stuff like that. Always become a roadworthy thing. Like, come on, let's be honest. We're not driving around a show car or off-road, you know. So
that's why I said like the scratches and stuff like.
I'm not really worried about the window scratches, but chips on the front, stuff that all that. I mean, he never told me about any of that, to be honest with you. So.
Well, not like
the
this.
other thing I can think of, like, this is not really a problem, but I can see it being a problem if it gets caught on something. Like when you're off-road, the door being bent.
But that's there. Like, I don't remember seeing that. Right.
No, I don't remember seeing that either.
So I have no idea, but Wall has a good point because there's a chip there. There could have been a crack here, and it's as well as we've driven it home, it's continued down.
But what's
but we wouldn't, and we can't see it because behind that. No, those were there already.
But like I said, I was saying a warrant.
We put that in there, or you put that in there, and I was standing right there, and that was not there.
Yeah, so I reckon, but even then, if we knew about those things, it had to be replaced anyway. So because he goes, oh, I'll give you $100, you know. So I was like, if they were there, then the windscreen had to be replaced anyway. And you didn't mention it, I didn't see it.
I assumed you'd seen it. Because you were looking at this area here.
He's blind.
I am blind, so.
That's a little hard to miss though.
So my concern is the ECU, because if that does need replacing, well, it's probably going to be late March. I'll do that last.
That door won't be a roadworthy issue, will it?
They'll take a few weeks to probably do that.
Chris?
Huh?
Will the door thing be a roadworthy issue?
Probably. We just bend it back there. I don't know why Adventurers always have this. It's broken here, guys. Every time I find an Adventurer, it's cracked here. In the same spot. Like, have a look at this one. You can't really see it, but it's
you can see it enough.
Only this door, and only that spot. This section here always has a crack there. I just don't know. Go have a look at your one if you got.
Sometimes they're in different spots, but not very much different.
We're there, and I even look at other people's cars. Like when I've seen an Adventure, like whenever I see one at the shops, I just walk around it.
It's always got a crack there.
Ours was caused by off-roading, though.
No, ours was already there when we got it.
Totally different.
This still outsounds me, and I'm an owner of Adventure for years. The amount of sleepable flat space here. Like Will here is a very tall bloke.
I'm 6'1".
He's 6'1", and with a pillow down the end, he is fitting in this.
Easy.
Like,
I don't fit in most cars. I've had a lot of issues. I've had backboards in beds and
And your disco, you
and
fit
the
in a
back?
disco, all right.
The back,
no,
guys.
I never fit in the disco.
Not properly.
No.
The back, how it just tilts up, just that little bit, is like
Sleep
perfect.
on a slight angle.
Once you chuck a little mattress in it, chuck a pillow down the back, that slight upwards,
Well, you and me.
works so good.
You and me. Ideally, you want to take off all that plastic stuff out the way
And,
first.
it's a dual battery setup in it.
What's in this one? What's in here?
No, they're not. They're just.
You didn't take all that off too.
Oh yeah, so in the LX we lose this space from the sub, so you can put tools. Like there's enough room in here to stick tools. I don't want to stick my hands too far in it because we
We
found a
should
huntsman in that
still
side.
mount
So.
the fridge in here.
The space in the back of these cars,
I love the idea of,
I
of
cannot.
the space.
I just cannot fathom. Like when
Yeah.
we're out camping and I'm laying in here, I'm just like, it still outstands me every time how much sleepable space you have in here.
And the headroom too. I mean,
I know you can sit up. Yeah, you can sit up.
easy.
Go and lock. Alright, it started. Sticky. Hear that? Good talk?
No, I didn't hear it. You were talking.
Listen. No, you can't hear this. Hearing
A
it?
click.
Yeah.
Is that like a tick sort of thing?
Hear that? Got it? And there is a way you can disable the seatbelt alert.
Which, if you're off-road, is a good idea. I know that sound. I know exactly what that sound is.
But in saying that, guys, I'm not. This actual seatbelt alert, so it's set to trigger when you're only above 30 k's. I'm fairly sure. Maybe 20. It's actually really good when you're off-road because if you're going faster than probably that speed and you're anywhere but on one of those main arterial dirt roads, you're going probably too fast. And actually, we had that in our V8 for ages, and that was my guidance. So, as someone who wasn't a four-wheel drive, knew nothing about four-wheel driving, I used that as a guide. So whenever I was on the track, no matter what terrain I was on, I would just be driving around like this. And it may not. You may be thinking, oh, 20 k's an hour is just too slow. But I can tell you, off-road, that's actually the perfect amount of speed.
Just saying we could. It's not that hard to strip apart motors once you're out of the car.
Yeah, and this handbrake will need.
Tension.
That doesn't exist almost, I don't think. I just stand here and I can't fathom how low this is. It's not used to it. Your drink bottle, little on the letterbox.
Alright, so your closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. I don't want to disclose how much I paid for it, but I'm gonna say for the price I paid for it, if the running line all seems to work out, we don't have any surprises, we pretty much got a fair deal. But if there's any problems with the running drive line at all that uncovers, I think we might have put our foot in it.
I guess that's a bit of the gamble you take when
It
you're
is.
buying a
You gotta
15-year-old
remember,
car.
it's a 15-year-old car, so you just don't know what you're buying. And even sellers, that this wasn't driven by whoever, the person who owned this beforehand didn't drive this regularly, so you can't know the condition even as a seller of what you're selling. So you can only go by
What you can hear and what
what
you can see.
hear, what you can see, yeah, and what's visible, and so oh well. Hopefully get it going pretty well. We'll see how long it takes for him to get a nice little rock dent somewhere here.
First trip out.
So if you, actually in saying that, so if you guys have got side skirts that are kind of scratched up or something and you want a nice set, so if you've got scratches on your side skirt here and you want a nice set, there's a good set on here. If you go around to this side, there's a good set on that one too. Hit us up, or you can.
Before they end up like this.
Yeah, because ours will end up like that, and I hate to ruin stuff. But someone that's got like a nice little road car, they want to keep theirs looking straight. So, sounds good.
I will stop the recording.